to that, so you can probably talk quite eloquently in this scenario, but you have to be able to think on your feet, right? That's the whole problem with casting. You need to do it very quickly. You can't pre-record it like you would a YouTube video. It's all live.
Yes.
So I guess a different kind of environment for you in that sense. I'm not sure.
Of course. I mean, I do feel relatively comfortable with the concept, since we, of course, are at so many events together, but the casting side of things is not something that I touch. So, Henry, right now, I hope that all I can do is make you proud as my brother.
Oh, look at this, the boost up to the balcony, Parla.
That's the plan.
That's impressive from G2. So they kicked things off. We're obviously talking the 1-0 goes in favour of the French side, SpaceSoldiers. Certainly the underdogs here. Calyx, I've heard a lot about him. I've heard he's the next big thing out of Turkey. We'll see whether that rings true. Unfortunately for now, Shox and KennyS looking pretty lights out. 2 in a row. Quite comfortable as well. That clever boost up towards the balcony area, giving them great positional control. Coming into the connector, taking it down, and so far, so good. Bomb down once again. This is certainly a T-sided sort of setting we have at this retake.
Yeah, I mean, right? Logic would dictate, as we have already spoken about, that once the bomb is down, the terrorists have the advantage of already having their angles. They've got control of the site. It's like the CT's approaching a situation that is already slightly stacked against them, and as we can see right now, Shox and Kenny are doing a great job of using that control, and right now 3-0 up. So what are we looking at in this round, Henry? It's time for some Parler play-by-play. We've got Shox sitting right next to Statue. He's thrown a Molotov to cut off that choke point there. Calyx is peeking out of drop zone, and Shox with a lovely headshot, and of course following it up with another. Brilliant plays there, and it's what we've come to expect from Richard. He is an absolute beast of talent from France, and he seems to have always been delivering at a very high level. Could you tell us a bit about his history, Henry?
History. He started in the prestigious game Counter-Strike Source, going toe-to-toe with the likes of me most of the time. It was one of the...
And how did that pan out in
I lost about 10 grand finals to him.
Oh,
in my career, yeah.
Oh, no
and
way.
I never beat him. That's true for most people, though. No, there's not many people in the Source that could actually touch him. He was amazing. He was phenomenal, even back then when he was so young. He was like 17 when he was playing at that point.
Are you still now friends? Are you
We're
still
friends.
here and there?
We still talk to each other. We reminisce about the old days. There's only a few of us left in terms of the Source guys. There's like probably about 15 total that are still active. So we have to stay together, man. Show solidarity and not
show solidarity. Well, I mean, Counter-Strike Source was also my first Counter-Strike game.
Yeah.
I got it for free with Half-Life 2.
And you thought, what's this little
gem?
It wasn't a gem at the time. The first game out was an absolute shit show, but it got there in the end.
I'm referring to Source. I think Source, when it came out, was still pretty solid.
No, it was awful, mate.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, I feel
until Z-Block came along, it was just like, it was shocking.
I feel when Global Offensive came out, it's not as strong as Source was as a game. Either way, we are digressing slightly. It's the G2 train right now. We seem to be on it, just cruising away and absolutely ploughing through the SpaceSoldiers. I don't know what the SpaceSoldiers can do here, Henry. They seem to not really be finding any rhythm. Counter-Strike is an extremely momentum-based game, and G2 seems to be starting off right every round. They seem to be making sure every shot connects.
Yeah, KennyS,
every bit counts.
He's got the AWP right now. He is arguably one of the world's best AWPers, right? Maybe not right now with G2. Like, they're obviously not quite there yet. You can't really call him that without them finding amazing results. But still, he's getting that AWP every single time. The bomb's down. That's his bread and butter. He's amazing at clutching, close range AWPing as well. You have to wake up pretty early in the morning to catch him out with that weapon. And so far, they haven't been able to hold a light to him. But finally, they do it. They finally get the 2-on-1. I think this is the first advantage they've actually had.
Okay, well, this is going to be quite telling. Oh, no, it's anyone's game now. If anything, it's more Shox's game than Xantares. Xantares tries to peek around the car. Shox, though, not able to offer any sort of offense that Xantares wasn't prepared for, and Xantares comes out on top.
Just about 46 HP, the 1v1.
First round. That's all that they needed. From here, they could get the next 7, make it 8-7. Is it likely though, Henry? Probably not.
Probably not. Not with KennyS back on the AWP, and we're going into round number 9. This is the first time we've seen Cobble. Oh no, we had it in the Team Secret game as well. Like, Cobble looks really T-sided, like beyond any of the maps I think I've seen so far. Maybe Train as well, I'm not sure. But this looks kind of a promising round. Good shot there, catching KennyS out once again. It's up to Shoxy, low HP. Surely he can't win this.
Shox creeping around the smoke on low HP, and no, as he disappears, he exits like a ninja. He is taken down.
Are you friends with Xantares at all? Like, do you know him?
I know Xantares very slightly, but no, I don't know him on a very personal level or like the innate details of his career. Why?
It's just interesting. I've always thought he's like an amazing talent, right? He just hasn't been in any top teams or anything like that. But obviously, like he's comfortable where he is right now.
Yeah,
right? He loves the organisation.
No, exactly. Like I know that SpaceSoldiers take very good care of their team, and the players are very happy there. So. A lot of people, like you see when FaZe were reorganizing, his name was coming up and stuff like that, and I just think he's happy where he is. And I also I like the fact that SpaceSoldiers kind of they have their players and they want to keep it as a Turkish team, and they want to like help the talent pool grow in their country and make a Turkish team, you know, a power, a force to be reckoned with.
Well, I guess it's. Turkey has always been, I guess it's never really been a Counter-Strike nation, really. Like, especially in all its I'm sure they've had a couple of teams with WCGs and stuff like that, but nothing of any real note. And these guys are incredibly skilled, and the SpaceSoldiers guy winning a couple of events. I think, like I said, Assembly was one Matt and I casted. They actually won the entire thing, beating Epsilon in the final, I believe, as well. Enter at their event. It was obviously like tier 3 sort of thing, but still pretty decent. And I said to the guys at that point, you've got some real talent in this team. It's actually pretty impressive to watch. And I was expecting to see more of them after that, but then it kind of went quiet again. This is the first time.
Yeah, well, they seem to. I guess at this point, what's the next step for the team, like in terms of like progressing their careers? They need to start performing better in qualifiers to get them some lands, because at this point they can't really rely on invites because. They're not that. Then they haven't proven that they're deserving of every invite to all these tournaments. Would you agree, Henry? And so they kind of like need to perform better in the qualifying circuit. If they can get to the upcoming PGL Major, you know, through the qualifying systems, or if they can get to any tournaments, because they still have a chance to do that, correct?
Yes, yeah. We still we have the minors coming up. I think the qualifiers are ongoing for that, right? In these next couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
So they always have a chance, and if they make it to the minor, who knows? They could actually maybe get to the major qualifier, and we could have something there. I don't think that's going to be happening. There's so much like CS:GO is in such a strong place right now in terms of the competition available.
There's so much competition.
Yeah, and that's great. I'm not sure SpaceSoldiers are there just now, but we'll find out. Anyway, back to this one. It's 9-3 in favour of G2, as we said going into it. G2, you've got two of the world's best here on the server right now. Xantares, known to be a very skilled player, and we said they'd probably give him a decent game, but overall, it should be a 2-0 in my opinion. This is Xantares getting his head blown off, and
Shox is I mean, the thing is that Shox is actually looking like he's not just playing normally, like he's actually on very good Shox form, which is, of course, like an extremely high skill level.
Yeah,
like he's hitting some really, really good shots, and he's looking very, very, very comfortable, as far as I can tell anyway.
Yeah, no, that was great. Very calm. It was always playing with that, the last player, Calyx, I think he was in the 1v1. The fact that he actually... Oh, that's a quick kill from Xantares, just a note. The fact is, like, he read him so well. Even though he's going to be doing a fake defuse as he's spotted him in Chicken Coop, waits for 5 seconds, then comes and peeks just as he goes to that defuse once again. Like, just completely wrecked him. But it's going to be... a wrecking in return. Calyx managing to get that quick kill on KennyS at the start. I think that was on Xantares actually. I'm not sure how that one went down, but it was a very quick kill. And then 2v1 doesn't work out for Shoxy. It's going to be 10-4 now. SpaceSoldiers at least making this a competitive game. Yeah,
well,
10-5.
At this we can maybe give them slight benefit of the doubt, considering they start on the CT side, and it's that T-sided. Well, what we've come to find out, or as expected. Oh no, Xantares, do not jump through the smoke, my friend. That is not a good idea. Yeah, as we've come to expect, the T side is the favoured side in these retake situations, and so we can give them a slight benefit of the doubt. But if this does end 11-4 like it looks, and now has ended, expected, you'd hope to have gotten slightly more.
Yeah, but like you said, the CT half always going to be rough. Against these two guys as well, you've got KennyS in such a wide open sort of bomb site. Let's think about the B bomb site, right? He's got the bomb down. The CTs are not through the choke points yet. They've got to get through connector, drop down, or the platform. And you've got KennyS waiting on the other side. Like, there's not really much you can do. You might be able to flash him, sure, but then you've got Shoxy to deal with close range. Yeah. So it's going to be a real difficult ride for anyone, I think, in this tournament. It's nothing to kind of be sneezed at if Xantares and Calyx can't actually win this game. It's looking pretty rough for them right now. But they do switch over to the T side now, and maybe we can see what they can do. I assume Calyx is a rifler. Do you know? Like,
yeah, right? I mean, he's primarily rifler, if I'm not mistaken. I could not give you a definite answer on that. Their team formation, I think, is...
I haven't cast them in a while, that's why.
Yeah, I'm pretty certain their team formation is mainly centered around kind of like just... whichever role is needed at the time, a player will try to fill. I don't know if they even have a dedicated AWPer. Well, that is not within my realm of knowledge, Henry. I must apologise.
It's okay, sir. Shall we go back into the game?
Yes, exactly. But it looks like the G2 train is still on course to arrive at its winning destination because they've gotten that first round now. Shox, by the way, oh my, 16 kills.
Not bad.
He's doing a great job at controlling the pace of this game. And right now we jump on board with him. He's currently on slope, looking to get an early pick. KennyS is in... what is the exact call out for this area? This little hut on the side of the stairs?
The little hut on the side of the stairs. Oh, I think it's his hut.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Well, yeah, Calyx there with a great two-piece to... 2 frags to make the G2 opposition fall, and they are now 4 rounds deep. Yeah, they've gotten 5 rounds, which is still a very steep hill to climb for this team. So,
how are you finding the whole casting side of things? Are you comfortable?
Yeah, no, Henry, I'm completely comfortable. It's not something that I've done many times or think that
practice. It's good practice, though.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something that I can enjoy to do, but it's not something I take myself seriously at.
No.
It's a place to be able to do it. Like for me, again, for something that it's not one of what I would consider one of my roles. It's what a privilege to be able to do it with someone like Henry G or say
one of your heroes, right? The fact is, Henry G.
Look, Henry, I was giving a genuine compliment. Let's not frame it that you're my hero.
Look, man.
All right, let's just switch. Let's keep the switch up real.
I know you're one of my fans, and I just wanted to. I told the production, I said, "Look, Parler's really excited at the event. He's like, thinks he's finally made it. He's working with Henry. Is there any chance we could get him on the casting desk, and we'll see whether he can hold his own?"
If everyone could hear what our producer just said, then they would know the truth.
Oh dear.
It rhymes with full hit.
Oh yeah, okay, yes. Nice. I see what you did there.
Exactly. Not yet to jump on the Sponge and Henry swear train, the swear jar.
It's getting pretty full now.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I can just leave you guys to fill it yourselves, or you don't need my help, do you?
No, I'm doing a pretty good job. Matt's helping out as well. So.
Matt is always good with words. Sadakist has a real talent at spinning narrative.
We're getting into this
right now, the narrative is one of SpaceSoldiers' comeback potentially. 4 rounds. The difference now is a lot less than we were seeing earlier on, where SpaceSoldiers seem to be pretty much losing every engagement that they were having. Like, for instance, at the start of this match, Shox and Kenny were just on absolute fire. And so what's changed? Let's take a look at this round. Well, what's changed? T-side, maybe. Yeah,
that's normally the case here. Like, Calyx, I've actually seen some really nice shots from him so far. That's a decent smoke, though, from the CT side. Makes Calyx a little bit useless for a while, but it doesn't matter. Xantares stepping up there from the platform, gets a shot towards Shoxy, and now he just needs to stay alive. They know exactly where the remaining T is as well, but it doesn't matter. Calyx has slipped out of the smoke, and managed to find the kill.
He could have also snipped. You know, he could have cut down the opposition there, and Kenny, unfortunately, for G2, not able to respond. Calyx was in a pretty tricky position as well. Like smokes, there are so many creative ways to use smokes in CS, and he was in one of those positions where he's partially shrouded, not exactly fully in the mix, and so it can throw you off when you see an opponent like that. Maybe Kenny just wasn't completely prepared. And now, dude, this is getting very close, Henry.
Now it's anyone's game. That's the 10th round picked up by Xantares and Calyx.
That was almost like you were hitting a little rap there.
Yeah,
brother.
Just getting into it. I need a beat, though. Yo. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not making a meme on the internet.
We got a yo. We got a yo.
We got that. Well, this is actually looking almost as dominant as Kenny and Shoxy did it in the first half. Kills flying in left, right, and center very quickly before the TD team have a chance to do anything. I did say Cobble seems to be the most T-sided affair we have in this map pool in the 2v2 retake tournament, the first of its kind. So I guess we're still gauging things out and working out where the land lies in terms of how things are factored. But here we go then, round number 24. Still with the advantage of G2 as they make their way silently.
Imagine if SpaceSoldiers came back here and then we saw a SpaceSoldiers 2-0. That'd be very special. And Xantares just seems to be finding form here. He's feeling himself. He's got the knife and spec going. We all know that that's very important. Make sure you look at your knife after you do a clutch, guys, because otherwise it's not a proper clutch. Isn't that right, Henry?
It's very correct, I have to say. Well, that's another quick round, Parla. This is getting out of hand.
How many kills has Xantares got now? Let's take a look.
This is nuts. Like, they're just absolutely wrecking them as soon as they run out of the choke points. That's
okay,
what I'm saying.
15.
They're
Dude,
both
15,
just
15.
going in.
I like that.
Going in.
I actually like that.
Yeah.
Spreading the weight, using their nades, smoking off choke points, smoking off critical parts of the map, picking areas to sit in that are a bit tricky, like under the balcony. KennyS, though, with a wonderful shot onto Xantares, but Kenny has sniffed out Calyx. Calyx is shoulder peeking, being very cheeky. Can he jump up here?
He's so good at these rolls.
Onto the armored truck. Calyx now playing a bit of cat and mouse, who is going to end up on top, and it is Calyx. Wonderful headshot.
Clap there. That was actually really good. Yeah, you can clap as well. Go on. Thank you very much.
Thanks for the permission to clap, sir. 13-12, they have now
14
taken the...
14-12.
14-12. Oh, my God, yeah. Not only have they taken the lead,
gonna win.
They are 2 rounds away from winning this first map. Cobble has shaped up to be quite interesting in terms of the way it's played out here. Like, G2... They look so good, and it's just not seeming to work right now. Xantares and Calyx scoring headshots right after one another. I think they're going to do this in this next round.
Yeah, I think you're right. They've got such a huge bet as well. 3 to work with here. So it was 11-4 in the first half. G2 have only picked up 1 round in the second. They are getting ran over here. AWP out once again. SpaceSoldiers have not been using the AWP in this second half. Straight up AKs, and it's worked out for them.
Calyx is going to get a headshot here.
Yeah, easy kill. I thought. There it is.
I could just tell.
It's actually happened. High five, Parla.
Dude, what a performance by the guys.
Lights out.
And they look chill, they look relaxed. Xantares is